Whenever the topic of role queue comes up in Marvel Rivals, everyone talks about how it's bad and terrible for the game, yet they never take the time to explain why. So I thought today I'd take the time to explain exactly why they are wrong.
Undefeated, he came and he saw and he conquered. I got a slay at the concert, you know the story, the tortoise in here. You want the glory, your nose in the air. I couldn't care less about your money, phone, and your pair of shoes, and your side hose.
What's good, YouTube? Big Unk Chaos here to give you all my thoughts and opinions on role queue in Marvel Rivals. Now, I know this is a topic we've discussed plenty of times here on the channel in bits and increments, but I think after especially this newest patch that they dropped, where they basically quietly buffed Cyclops, that we need to rediscuss this topic. I think I'm going to start by breaking this down bit by bit and essentially debunking all the points you hear from these content creators and pro players that seem to hate the concept of role queue. And the reason for that is simply because they are often duoing with people. I know this is a strange notion to everyone, but not all of our friends play this game. Some of our homies have different time schedules. Some of them have children. Some of them have work, school, other responsibilities, and they don't have time to be on the game 24/7, which means unlike a pro streamer, I can't put together a team instantaneously. So because of that, often when they're talking about how role queue is going to lead to longer queue times and these things like that, and how it's unneeded because Rivals is better off having that flexibility, they're playing with a 2-2 composition because they and their duo are flex mates. I don't know why they want to lie to the community and act as if it's the norm that you're traditionally going to see a 2-2 composition when you're lucky to get one tank in modern times. And let me tell you exactly one of the reasons why. Cyclops recently had, a pseudo buff because the effects that people were using to mitigate the damage from his ultimate with their shields was allegedly a bug. So because of this, players are now forced to play tank, and there is no answer. The only answer is take it from Cyclops or, take it from Cyclops, because essentially that percentage-based ult means that it doesn't matter how strong you are, he's going to be able to cleave away at your health at a nice rate. Now, I do understand that most of you who play this game are willing to flex. Believe it or not, most players are willing to flex. But you have to understand, in a composition where you're not even prompted to, why should people? A lot of the tanks are really bad this season. Devil Dino's got that nerf that really screwed him over. Now you can't even utilize your shield as a vanguard to save yourself from dying. Come on, Netties. I know for a fact, Guang and Zeong, they are both duelist mains. They are probably OTP Spideys and Black Widow respectively. I'll let you guys decide who is who. With that said, something else I think that needs to be pointed out, and I'm just gonna say this very slowly for anyone confused. Role queue will not make everyone's wait times longer. Role queue will not make your game times longer. Role queue will not make your game times longer unless you are a one-trick insta-lock DPS player. I know that hurts some of y'all out there. Because guess what? If there's a billion DPS, truly, then what I'm hearing is that the strategists and the vanguards are going to have a very easy time finding games. The only people this goofy notion protects are the one-trick insta-lock DPS players. I mean, really think about it, y'all, for a second. How on earth would it be longer if there are so many duelist players and you're a strategist? And assuming there's at least one more strategist in the whole game when you're on, you're not going to have a tough time. Now, if you're a duelist main, and the only thing you want to play as a duelist, yeah, you have to wait like 5, 6, 7 minutes, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't feel bad for them at all. I think it'd be better for the game, making some of these people take a break, slow down, lower their testosterone or their estrogen levels, because they be tripping over here. You try to talk to these people like they're humans and you instantly regret it. I will not be waiting longer for games, and neither will most of you who are willing to flex. The only people who are going to be waiting longer are the people who refuse to compromise and fill roles. And honestly, think about it. Would you rather have somebody who is filling as a strategist because they feel like they need to, or someone who's actually good at the role, who's competent in it? With a role queue system, you can fix a lot of these problems. Plus, people will actually be willing to coordinate around you. It's like, okay, you're a tank main. I'm a duelist main. I'm another tank main. And I'm not saying replace the overall system of Marvel Rivals with a 2-2 role queue system, but why not give us the option for both? Who the hell does it hurt? Like, genuinely, why not give us the option to have both? I don't understand the logic. And it seems like NetEase is choosing to be quirky. They're choosing to be quirky and edgy and we're different, teehee, rather than being smart, because everybody wants this. It doesn't matter if you agree with it or not. The community wants it. Who else is tired of going into games and getting one Jeff, 5 duelists? I'm sorry, I don't care if we win. It's not fun. That environment is not fun. And if that's what people want, just screw the whole team component capacity, make everyone a duelist, round around the health to where it's simple and minimize with the damage and make it a free-for-all. Make it some Call of Duty Fortnite shit. Another reason this is beneficial is so many people are willing to play tanks, but they don't want a solo tank, and I don't blame them. Into this meta, you got people shooting you across the map. You've got your duelists so focused on killing the supports that they're just letting that Moon Knight or that Punisher just dick you down from the back. No backup, no help. They're allowing people to flank. I'm over here, look at me. I'm about to smoke this Cyclops. He's trying to flank. I'm gonna get him from the back. No Diddy, no Drizzy. And that's way easier than playing as a big ass tank who doesn't have enough damage to finish up the job. I shouldn't have to be forced to play a tank on my own. But so many people come into the game assuming that they're going to be solo tanking if they're stuck doing it, or they see 3 duelists insta-lock DPS, so it's now, damn, maybe I wanted to be a second tank, but now we're going to get 1 healer. And you know the DPS are not going to swap. A lot of people don't want to admit that, but a lot of these DPS mains, they are the least likely players to swap because they have it in their head. They got this ego, this shrimp dick ego, this beta cuck ego, that they're somehow him. Buddy, you're not. You are not that guy, fuckboy. You are not him. I want everyone to understand the number one most dangerous factor to the game, it's not going to be bad characters. It's going to be bad takes that don't make any sense. So many of you have it in your heads that it's okay to just, 3-1-2 and 1-3-2 and 3-2-1. And it's like, that does not make the game more fun for people. I think so many people are dissatisfied with this game right now because of the fact that these rapid changes have aged like milk. Do I think the overall balance changes and some of the dive characters were good and some of the improvements to tanks were fine? Yeah. I just think that Cyclops and some of these other duelists have way too much potential to do whatever they want, and no one seems willing to stop or adjust them. I don't know why they're so hesitant to let tanks rule the meta for at least a season. I mean, don't get me wrong here. I understand they're not supposed to be the strongest people in the game, but they certainly shouldn't be the weakest. You shouldn't have a Luna who can 2-tap and a tank that doesn't have the same potential. I'm sorry. I don't feel like you should. I think a lot of these players, when they talk about, oh, role queue's bad, they're ignorant. They really are. In my respective opinion, they have no idea what they're talking about, because at the end of the day, if you want people playing this game, you have to make it fun for them as well. It can't just be about the OTP Spidey man and the Black Cats and the Moon Knights and, Cyclops, obviously, hell, Daredevil, even Black Cat. She isn't as bad as people are saying she is. She's pretty bad, but she ain't as bad as people are saying she is. And the fact that you have a character who was oppressive for an entire season, but for some reason Vanguards get half of one. I guess when I'm considering the benefits of 222, I'm thinking of a more consistent environment where people can get practice on the compositions that they feel are the most representative of what should be a real game. 222 has the best win rate in the game. Fun fact, that's stats. Facts don't care about your feelings. That's the truth. 222 has the #1 win rate in the game, with triple support falling in, I think, like 3rd, and I think 3 tanks is somehow 2nd. The point is, when you have so many people who have the individualistic mindset of a duelist, role queue is something that will be a breath of fresh air for the rest of us. Some of us just want to go in, have a nice, consistent game, or at least cut down the number of people we got to fight. Because when my enemy team always has 2 tanks, and I'm over here as, the only one, it's just painful. It's not fun and it's not enjoyable. I think a lot of people would reconsider their positions if they actually took the time and stopped comparing this game to Overwatch, because I know that's just like a buzzword that people love to use for hype and clout on TikTok and YouTube. But believe it or not, you can take elements from other games and make them successful. Overwatch took the ban mechanics from Rivals, very successful in that. Rivals took the open queue aspect that Overwatch had, very successful approach. It did come out in Overwatch first, so if we're going to say we're taking, then I guess we're all taking. Anyways, I've been Unk. Y'all been y'all. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate your time. If you